Welcome to the 168th edition of the Black Lincoln Collective Podcast. God damn it. We got stuff going on tonight. We got the stocks and shit and mysteries, the lore. This is the fifth time we've done this, it feels like. Start the show.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Welcome to the Black Lincoln Collective Podcast.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'll make it pop.
With your host, Parker. Featuring the sultry sounds of Fred and also Alan on the board.
Let's go already!
And now, let's start the damn show.
Welcome, one and all, to the 168th episode of the show you're listening to right now. Proudly broadcasting live from the palatial EC studios scattered all across the upstate of South Carolina. We're so glad you're here, and you can always catch up with us on YouTube, Insta, Facebook, and the fancy blue sky, which is just Twitter for now. And all your favorite podcast Twitter platforms, and of course, Twitter VLC Podcast. See, Fred, here's the thing. We've done Twitter this already. I feel like we've already done this intro. And so it makes it hard because the magic that was here, the first intro, arguably the best intro we've ever done.
The best ever done. The best intro we've ever done, and nobody can hear it.
Best no one will
intro ever. Never be the best.
I should have known there was something wrong when he ran the intro video and nothing, and it was all wackadoodle. I knew something was wrong right then.
You knew it.
I have intuition, Fred. But
you felt the vibe.
Listen to the show. Go to blcpodcast.com, which is the website. And now it's Fred. He's got a butt, I guess. Damn it. The magic wore off, Fred.
It did, man. Like, your now I'm just like, okay, Alan, chicken, there it is. OTV.
Speaking of chicken, Fred, I'm so glad you brought
Alan on the chicken.
Alan on the unemployment line.
Alan on the chicken.
Yeah, I feel like you should not give yourself a round of applause after what just occurred. So it's okay. You know what? I'm glad you guys are here. We're so thankful that you guys are listening. Of course, thank you, Fred and Alan, for attending the show that we do every week. Without you, it would be equally as popular, which is to say, not at all. So we're not popular with you. We're exactly the same without you, but we still love you and we need you very much. So
we got the results yet of the
result is no, I haven't heard yet. So I'm going to assume we won.
Yeah.
This is America. All right. This is what every other jackass in the world, in America, the world of America, which is the world, is like, hey, I may not have actually won, but I won because I can say that and no one can prove me wrong because nothing's come out yet. So I feel like we're going to step into that train or step into that whatever, that lane, and say, you know what? We won a resounding victory.
Yeah, beautiful.
I'm calling it. And now we're going to invade Mexico podcasts.
Yes.
We have to invade the podcast of Mexico. Even illegal broadcasting.
Illegal podcasting.
Well, so anyway, it's just, I don't know, Alan. I assume we won. Why not? The good news is it's Schrodinger. Do you know what Schrodinger's box is, Alan? Do you know? I'm sure you know what it is. Fred, do you know what it is? Do you want me to summarize it real quick? Okay.
The cat in the box.
Exactly, the cat in the box. So Schrodinger, however you want to say it, I'm probably saying it wrong both ways because I'm not smart.
Schrodinger's cat.
Schrodinger's kitty cat. Schrodinger's pussy is what we're talking about here. So Schrodinger was this scientist dude, right? And he posed this grand conundrum. He said, if I put a cat in a box with a stick of uranium, right? Which is, not good for cats usually, or people for that matter, but mostly cats. He's like, if I put it in there and we tape the box shut and put it on a shelf, is the cat dead or is the cat alive in the box? And the idea is you don't know unless you open the box. So as long as you don't open the box, the cat's never actually dead. Because you can't confirm.
I guess you got to prove it, yeah.
Right, and so as long as you don't open the box, you can't prove it.
But, so in other words, if I get a Duke Power bill and I don't open the bill,
no, that's not the same.
It could be a check. It could be a check. It could not be a bill. It might not be a bill.
To you, the bill will be zero because you don't know what it is. To Duke Power, who knows what the cat knows if it's dead or not. That's the thing about it. And Duke Power knows you owe them for all your Bitcoin mining. So I assume whatever it is. But so yes, our award is the Schrodinger's Scrote-Jerker's cat pussy effect. I can't even put that as the title of the show, and I would love to.
Schrodinger's pussy.
Scrotum Jer's cat pussy.
Yeah, Scrote Jerker's pussy. It's the name of the show. And they'll be like, I'm like, it's philosophical, bitch.
Yeah, that's the unofficial name of it.
Yeah, think about it.
Yeah, that's what we'll call it. We'll call it whatever we're gonna call it, and the subtitle will be Scrote Jerker's pussy. So I can't say that enough. That's one thing, Fred, I will say about our show is we do occasionally use words like that, words that some people may consider to be offensive, right? Well, we don't do it in a sexual manner. And I appreciate that because there's a lot of shows, and not that I listen to them, that are like, hey, everything's a dick and fart joke. We only do fart jokes.
Yeah,
that's okay because we're not like, hey, I banged 26 chicks last night, bro. Yeah, dude, I banged 26 chicks too. They just all had penises, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like, yeah, that's not gay at all.
Chicks with dicks.
Right. It's okay. Yeah. We were in Thai with them, though. So anyway, yes, Fred and Alan, thank you guys for being yourselves is what I'm trying to say. It's great. And now
I'm always going to be me.
That's true. That's the only, and that's what that's the only person you can be. That's the only person that will let you be you. Because anybody else is like, no, don't do that shit. Like, oh, you're right. Okay, fair enough. Like, I get it. So anyway, guys, I was out and about on the town doing completing missions, gaining experience, living my life, having them kids. And them kids were like, Dad, we're starving. And I was like, okay, I fed you hours ago. You probably would like something to eat. Okay, so what do you want to eat? And they're like, we want Chinese food. And so there's a very popular Chinese food place that we were driving toward in that direction named China. And so, I was like, hey, kids, we're real close to China. Let's just go get some China. We're going to go into China. We'll secure the sesame chicken, and then we'll make our ass right out. They'll never even know we were there.
No egg rolls.
That's right. Nope. Extra egg rolls. No chopsticks. That's how they turn you. That's how they turn you, Alan. So the kids are like, hey, we want Chinese food, right? I was like, cool, let's get Chinese food. So we go to a Chinese restaurant, and I'm like looking at it, and my son, who, God love him, the youngest one, says, Dad, what do those thingies mean on the thing on the sign, right? And Alan's going to pull it up so everybody can see it at home. And they're called shuka. Right. He looks around a lot. So I would like, so we talked about it before in Japan, they're called kanji. So they're characters that have a meaning that, for, and so these characters stand by a sign that says in English, China restaurant. So again, you see these characters, there's absolutely no way I can describe them.
Chinese restaurants just be like naming their shit, whatever.
They don't care.
That's Chinese restaurant number one.
Right. Yep. There was one. Okay, so there's one over churches. Yeah, when I used to work in Greenville, there was one that I would go to on the reg, And the only reason I went to it wasn't even the best Chinese restaurant in the area, but they had the best name. And so they'd answer the phone every time they go, number 1 China 2. How can we help you? And I'm like, that's the best fucking name I've ever heard. Number 1 China 2. Why wouldn't it be that?
Number 1 China 2.
Number 1 China 2. I'm like, that can't. What? It's a fucking enigma, but it works. And they're like, you want lemon chicken? I'm like, I want lemon chicken, Pierre. Yeah. I assume his name is Pierre.
I don't know why. Like I got a Chinese food spot saved on my speed dial. I've had it on there for a long time, but under the name of Chinese Batman, and I don't know why. I don't remember why I named it Chinese Batman, but like every time we go get Chinese, call it a Chinese order. I'll be like, okay, Chinese Batman.
Here we go. Chinese Batman's coming through.
Chinese Batman.
I don't know. Maybe it was during COVID.
Where you
He's like, where is the bomb? Where is the bomb?
No, I'm not.
You want soy sauce with that?
Chinese Batman. How may I help you?
He answered that.
Okay. Awesome. Anyway.
So Chinese restaurant, right? It says China restaurant on the sign, right? And obviously in English, in English, it says Chinese restaurant. So in this language, in Chinese, what do you guys think these 2 characters would mean?
Is that Chinese or Mandarin?
I think it's
like Mandarin is a type of orange. It's still an orange.
Number 3. Number 1 China, number 3. I think it says.
That might be the great thing that I've greatest comparison I've ever come up with. Mandarin is to Chinese like Mandarin is to oranges. They are both a type of that. That's fucking brilliant. Sorry, that might be my ultimate dad moment right there. Anyway, I might have to use that on my kids for something. I'll just shoehorn it in. Yeah. But anyway, so you think, okay, that probably says Chinese place or like restaurant or whatever, or kill white people. Any of those things, right? You would all be wrong. Because instead, and this is kind of cooler. It actually means, so I use the power, that's what I say. So I use the power of technology and Google Lens, took a picture of it and said, translate these characters for me, right? And so I was like, cool. These characters mean, and Alan, here, I'm going to share this now. Suwong Fortress. So the characters of the Chinese restaurant actually mean Suwon Fortress Hwasong.
Suwong Fortress.
So that probably
which is Korean.
Oh, wait, what?
It's Korean?
Yes, I'm very confused.
It's Korean.
I'm like,
do Koreans use the same?
No.
Is it like?
No, in Koreans is like circles and lines. Like they don't even use the same character. They use very different characters. Like if you see here, let me show you. So Korean,
but that is kind of like that architecture is Chinese.
No, that's a Korean fortress in Korea. But this is what Korean
Chinese
characters look like. Right.
Okay.
So totally different.
It's more black.
Right. It's totally. They use a lot of circles and shit like that. It looks super cool.
That looks like a Chinese. It looks like a Chinese building, though.
Sure.
Yes, it looks like a Chinese building. Like,
and it may be
those are the same, like
inspired. Yeah.
Maybe did China ever invade Korea?
Well, a lot of people use. It's one of those things. All those guys kind of are like, "Hey, that looks pretty cool. I'm gonna do that too."
Right.
I mean, there's a little difference here and there, but I don't know that. I don't claim to be a guy who knows the difference. I don't even claim to be a guy who knows what a guy who specializes in that is. So I'm none of those, Fred. But what I am is a myth-busting motherfucker. So when I found this out, when I found out that my favorite Chinese restaurant
makes you feel good.
It did make me feel good. I busted all over that place. So when I found out that my favorite Chinese restaurant, China, has been lying to me for 20 years about what that name means. I just assumed it meant Chinese restaurant.
Right.
I was like, that's ridiculous. There are things all around us all the time that are like, they're just lies that we don't know about. because we're too lazy.
Chinese tattoos with the Japanese and Chinese.
Yeah. You don't know what that means.
Right, where it says like soda can or like entry and rear or whatever. Yeah. Wastebasket, which is a very funny tattoo to put on a lady. But don't do it. Just for the record. Well, Fred, it got me thinking. Such a stupid show. It's because we had to do this again. First time it was dead serious. Great.
Right.
Great radio. You know, all the things. The buttons were clicking. The brains were ticking. Talking and tick, whatever. And now it's all gone to shit. It's all gone to shit. But, Fred, it got me thinking about some myths that we all think are not myths. Like some, you know, some everyday truths
things you think
that are everyday lies. So I'm going to give you, I got a few of them here to go through. I want you guys to tell me what you think, and then we'll decide whether it's true or not. Because they might not be lies. I don't know. I haven't read.
Right.
I haven't prepared this, which I never would. So anyway, so the 10th one is that Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world. That's right, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
But no,
I thought.
Well, no, because isn't the one next to it or something supposed to be higher?
Right, well, let me tell you. So
Mount Fiji.
Mount Everest is one whopping big mountain, but is it the tallest in the world? It is, in fact, not.
No?
A mountain is highest in regard to how far it soars above sea level, but technically it is tallest from base to summit. And Mauna Kea kills it at being the tallest. So above sea level, Mauna Kea in Hawaii is only 13,799 feet, right? But when you account for the crazy portion of it that's underwater, it's 34,465 feet tall.
That don't count, man.
And Everest comes in at 29,029 feet.
Did they go down there? How they measured it?
I don't know. So see, I don't know who.
Rock on a string.
Right. Who's like, they're like, throw it down. And then
they
like,
drop over. Yeah, right.
I don't even know how you do that.
feet of cable.
I guess,
you know what I mean?
do you fly like a helicopter?
Exactly. How would they know? You know,
you fly a helicopter by it, and they're like, we're at about 29,000 feet. And they're like, all right, crash it.
With sonar.
Well, unless they include the island of Hawaii, you know, because they can probably go.
Right. Well, that's what they're saying. All down, which is crazy. But that's how it is, man. But no, so it doesn't even end there, because Mount Kilimanjaro is 19,340 feet from top to bottom. So it's not as tall as Everest, but Everest is surrounded by a bunch of other mountains in the Himalayas. Yeah. However, Kilimanjaro is completely by itself. So they're saying maybe should that count for more, because he don't got no friends.
He's the Godzilla of mountains.
But even more, to fucking you up even more, Fred, this is why we can't know anything, Fred. There's always, and I've never even heard of this mountain, and that feels sad for me, and I feel bad for this mountain. Mount Chimborazo, the mountain his peak is the greatest distance from Earth's center. So it says, since our planet is almost spherical, but not perfectly spherical, Mount Chimborazo sticks out into space farther than any other mountain. So what do? Who's the tallest mountain?
Man, I gotta give it to Everest, man.
I'll never know.
We're gonna do Everest because Everest is the best.
I'm gonna give it to Mount Kilimanjaro because I think that's the coolest name. Kilimanjaro. And it's my I feel like Kilimanjaro. Yeah, dude, it's talking about like if you
can't understand.
I could just Kilimanjaro.
Just Kilimanjaro.
See, it's perfect. So I just don't if you go to that place and you die there, and they're like, yeah, dude. I mean, it's in the name, bro. We're gonna go. Like you can't.
That's in Africa, right?
Yes, that is in Africa. It's in Tanzania.
Tanzania.
I
thought it was in Botswana.
I don't know if that it could be. It could be in part of Botswana too. I don't know. Again, the problem with being being a sort of a jack of all trades, knowledge wise. That's to say, knowing a little bit of nothing and a lot of nothing.
Yeah.
Because I don't know shit about shit. I know
a little bit. I know a little bit about a lot.
Right.
That's what I like to say.
Right.
I know a little bit about a lot.
So
but I know a lot about nothing.
Exactly. And I know a lot about not a lot.
I don't
know. So anyway, Fred, how about this one?
Go ahead.
How about body heat dissipates mainly through your head? You heard that before? I've heard that plenty of times.
I heard head and feet. Yeah.
Yeah, head and feet. But no,
you're nuts.
In reality,
no,
it's just your butthole. And for girls, they never lose heat. No, in reality, it's the whole body equally disperses heat at the same time.
Oh, really?
So they said the reason that your head seems cold compared to the rest of your body is because your head is bare and everything else is probably wearing a coat. So there you go. If you put a hat on your head, it won't be cold. Newsflash.
I don't think so.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Newsflash, idiots.
They've showed people with the FLIR cameras, and the head is so much hotter than the rest of the body.
Well, yeah. I mean, generally the head is the hottest part of the body, if you know what I'm saying.
You know, and I mean,
hey. I mean, what would you want? Like, our feet, what's really, really hot? Like one of her toes. All right. Well, anyway, I don't know, man. I'm just reading science stuff. This is from Science.
There you go.
Science
there
website. So, and they spelled science probably right on this one. So that's probably
from the University of Science.
Yeah, so it says it says real science website.com.
Real Science University.
Yeah, that's right. Real not a scam.
4 weeks.
SIENC.
Science. Yeah. So it's perfect.
Your master's in 4 weeks.
Right. You've already got your master's. Just fill out this form. Just like me becoming a priest.
Yeah. Can you draw this turtle?
Yeah.
You get your master's.
What was that like? We'll send you our drawing test. Draw like a pirate and a turtle pirate. Like a horse.
And a turtle. Yeah.
And then you're going to become, they're going to know that you're a drawing master. So funny. We should totally bring that back. What was the name of that? Oh man, I wish I could remember the name of that.
It's like Art Institute of America.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah. So great stuff.
It's such a scam, man.
You gotta love it. Yeah, that's what you can get away with stuff like that.
Or something like
really, I would actually watch that. I know.
Yeah, I would watch that too.
So, well, we got scammed a little bit, honestly, not too long ago from a radio commercial. I try not to get scammed. I try to check everything through. And my wife right now, and this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, guarantee you, if she's listening, she is like, motherfucker, I knew you were going to bring this up eventually. And it's not her fault. It's totally my fault. We donated a vehicle, and the charity was like, hey, we're a charity for blind people.
Kids?
No, I wish we would have done Cars for Kids. I can't. I have moral obligations not to do Cars for Kids because of the way that they spell cars. No, but because you don't spell car with a K.
Okay.
And it's not that they do it. That's fine. It's that they sing about it and they throw it in your face. Like, oh, hey, haha, look, we can spell cars however we want because we're kids. Yeah. It's stupid, Fred. It's un-American.
Same sound.
So anyway,
same sound.
It's just that's not good enough for me. I need this is it's not going to work for me. So anyway, we gave away our old van. We were like, you know what? It's going to and I'm going to call them out on the show because you know what? They're an enemy of the show now. Heritage for the Blind.
Oh,
Heritage. Fuck you. I heard their commercial and they're like, we're going to give you turn in your car. We'll give you a $200 like dinner voucher and a 2-night hotel stay in one of our many luxurious resorts around the country.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh, well, I mean, that's cool. I didn't care about the hotel stay. I'll take a $200 dinner card and they get the car out of my house so I don't have to have it here anymore. Sweet. Like, that's a winner for me. So they show up, they call and everything like, hey, we're going to get your car. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. They show up, take the car, and we've never gotten anything we've never heard from them again. They're like, we'll send you all the information in the mail, the gift card, everything. I'm like,
Oh, hell no. Same
Nothing.
time, motherfucker. Same time.
Yeah, so we've been boned and like
They probably got one of them blind kids trying to fill the stuff up to send it.
that's what I think. Like, why do blind people need cars? I don't understand it. And that should have tipped me off that it was a scam.
I remember the movie Bustin' Loose with Richard Pryor, and the blind kid was driving the bus.
That's probably the inspiration for it.
Yeah.
Probably why they're like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So they fucking scam me, and and like I said, I try not to get scammed. It's hard. It's getting harder not to get scammed. Not because
Right,
I'm partially because we're getting older, but partially because scams are getting sneakier.
Scams, they're good.
Yeah,
They're always getting
sneakier, man.
They're ahead of the game.
Yep.
It's crazy. Anyway, we're not. So
They try
myths.
to get you.
Here's a myth: heritage for the blind. Fuck them.
That's
You can't see this. You can't see this, blind people. But fuck you.
But
It's not the blind people. It's the people.
Yeah, the
that-
blind
Well, I don't know.
people.
I don't know
It's
if
the
it is the
one-
blind people or not.
It's
Alex.
the people that can see.
It was a radio commercial.
It's nah. It's a gang of blind cats. They like scam.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
They're like, we got another one, guys.
They're all blind. They got braille keyboards. They're like
Yeah. And they're like, we can't
just
see.
typing away like Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
They're like, we just took another seer out.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder. Yeah, you heard that Stevie Wonder's the character witness for P. Diddy. He said he had never seen him do anything wrong.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Where's our badunch for that? Well, so okay, back to what we're talking about anyway. So Alan and Fred, how about this one? The Great Wall of China is the only man-made object visible from space. You've heard that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's not
I've
true.
heard that.
So
I don't
the
know.
pyramid-
I know you can see it from space. I don't know if it was the only one you could see from space.
Okay, so it says
Go ahead.
that you can see other man-made objects from space, but it's pretty hard to pick the Great Wall of China out from anywhere in space. If you're in low Earth orbit, which we all are all the time, then it's next to impossible to see it with a naked eye. Even with a fairly hefty camera lens, it's still kind of challenging to tell if you're looking at the Great Wall or not, which, I mean, that would make sense. It's the same color as everything else.
Yeah.
So, but there's a few reasons that this pseudo fact is far flung. For one, history dates back to well before the space age, so no one knew about it to nip it in the bud straight off. And for another, the Great Wall of China is, well, a gigantic wall. Being hundreds of miles long, it's understandable people would assume it sticks out like a sore thumb from space. So there you go. Can't see it.
Yeah, but
It's all lies.
So in other words, they were saying that you could see it from
I can see
space
it on Google Maps.
even before we had gone into space.
Yeah. People were like, you could see this shit from space. And they're like, what does that mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that
they've been
shit
scamming
spread
from
like
the get.
See, I figured they had said it
that
after
shit
we
spread
had.
like the Marilyn Manson rumor.
Yep.
Right.
I'm saying
Like-
it's
like
by
that.
word of mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the Richard Gere. Well, allegedly.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. So, Fred, how about this one? And I know you've heard this one before because, again, we've all heard it. I'm going to make these quick because we got a lot here. So, mother birds will abandon their babies if you touch them, right? Wrong.
They
Wrong.
eat them.
Because they just don't care.
Oh,
Just put
really?
'em back,
This
yeah,
whole time when we were a kid, I guess they just said it so the kids wouldn't mess with them.
yeah, they thought if you leave the baby for
probably.
alone, chances are they'll be soon to smack it upside its head and tell you to pay more attention. So, as for the scent issues, as they say, it would be a scent. Birds don't smell very well.
The birds
No.
aren't real anyway.
Right.
I was about to say birds ain't real noise.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So if
but
they
nah,
were real-
like that's probably the best thing to do is pick the bird up, and put it back in there. If you can, put
if
it
you
back in
can,
the nest.
yeah, or throw it up there, let it fly.
Right, because if you don't, it's dead. Mama's not gonna pick it up and take it back up there.
But
You
you
know what I
probably
mean?
can't.
You just on the ground now. Yeah,
Right.
you
I mean,
can't. You know what I mean?
Using all her energy
She
to
can't
find them
hold it.
food.
Yeah,
So,
Right. Birds don't have
I
hands.
mean
so many birds have
That's it.
died because people haven't picked them up because of that myth.
that's it. That's terrible.
Bird killers.
Peter,
So you guys,
Peter.
Many cameras have been broken.
there you go. Now you know. So how about this one, Fred?
All right.
Different parts of your tongue
All right.
detect different tastes. You've heard that.
Yeah,
Also,
Right.
What, the Chew One commercial is a lie?
we found out recently that the whole zone theory is pretty much baloney. It turns out people can sense
That's
different
crazy.
tastes all over their tongues with a few outliers, but for the most people, that's how it is. So, and there's also
that'd be weird if you can only taste salty.
Right, like, I drank that on the
chew on the
side,
right side of my mouth, but like the left side of my mouth is the salty taste, and like ain't no salt on this thing.
Oh, I want to learn more about this.
Put
it on the
sour
mouth.
in the back of your throat.
Yeah, put it on the right side, dummy.
They'll never.
Yeah, man, I chew on the right side. I gotta split up. Like I want to do salt and sweet.
Yeah, so you put the pretzel on one side.
M&M's on the left, pretzel on the other.
Well, so Fred, but there is a fifth taste. You know, it's not just salty, sweet, sour, and whatever the other one is. Wait, salty, sweet, sour,
Cummy. It's cummy taste.
and gummy.
So there's another one?
There's a fifth flavor. Wait, okay, I'm an idiot. Wait, salty,
It's
sweet,
Doritos.
sour, and what else? Salty, sweet, sour. There's got to be something else. And Doritos.
It's Dorito flavor.
I feel like a moron now. Why am I so stupid?
Cool Ranch and
Bitter.
nacho.
Bitter. Okay. God, I feel like the biggest idiot in the world right now for that. I can't remember the 4 flavors. I tried to just make us a food podcast.
Yeah, you call
I can't even
yourself
remember
a
the
chef.
4. Oh my God. So, but Fred, that's, you know why? Because all those 4 flavors take a seat to the number 1 flavor of all, which is umami.
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 Ah.
So,
what is that?
Auguste Echampé, the pimpish chef
Well,
in 19th
Auguste?
century France,
The
which I'd
taste
love
of
to learn
bush?
more about.
Auguste?
The pimp, that's what it says. The description, he's the pimpest chef in 19th century France.
He's the
Auguste Echampé.
man.
He concocted this 5th wheel on the palate party. He basically said, kind of described as savory and meaty, but it's really more of kind of all of them put together. So in Japan,
Savory
it's been
and
fifth
meaty.
taste has been around for a long time. So there you go.
Oh,
So we got to learn more. I would love to
tastes so
learn
savory
more
and
about
meaty.
Auguste F. Chaufleur and his pimperies.
how
So
did you get this fish to taste so meaty and
Meaty.
and savory?
you know, like I know the pimp of chefs. So anyway, so what about Fred? I got just 1 or 2 more for you.
One more. Okay.
I just imagine
half an hour.
the guy with the fur coat
Yeah, and he's like,
Got
"Hey,
a
have
big
that shit
hat.
up, bro."
in the big hat.
Got the fishery shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Clapping people.
And then he would have also like, and this is the 19th century, so he would have like the white George Washington fucking
The
wig.
hair.
Yeah,
Yeah. The powder
so he
wig.
would look like a real pimp.
Yeah.
Fred, imagine if we brought that style back. Why will we never bring that style? How come they're bringing back
Whoa.
grunge? They're bringing back all this
Bell
other stuff.
bottoms are back.
Yeah, but I want like
I saw kids
Pompadour-
in like
pompadour
Chico's.
wigs and shit,
You a
Yep.
pompadour? No.
He wants
and like people, white
it's
people
what?
painting their face white.
Cycle.
he wants to bring back the
It's a
ascot and the
30.
dicky.
It's a 30-year cycle. Yeah.
Okay.
You wanna
The ascot and the
go
dicky.
Yeah,
to an
yeah.
Island set party?
Wait, I just realized what I said.
Yep, you put the ascot and the dicky out.
You
on your
put the
shirt.
ascot and the dicky.
Put the dicky and the ascot. That's what
And
you
you
do.
mix them all together.
That's right. And then what do you get? Herpes.
Put
So, the oxygenated. How about this? The oxygenated blood is blue. Have you heard that?
No.
Yeah, I
that
have
ain't
heard that,
true. I heard it, but that shit
I've
ain't-
heard that. Yeah,
It's
but
not
hey.
true.
I know.
It's not true. So there you go. That's all you need to know. It's not.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, your veins. That's why your veins look blue. It's like, nah, dude.
Yeah.
They're just blue.
yeah.
Because the veins are blue, but it doesn't mean that the blood is blue.
Right.
Right.
So the other one being that humans, the last one, and then we'll take a break, is that humans have 5 senses. So now I would love, since I failed the flavors, I'd love to try and name the 5 senses. God damn it. I feel like an idiot.
Sight,
Yeah, that's easy.
sight, taste, smell,
Sight,
hearing,
Taste.
touch.
Yeah, smell, hearing, and touching. All right. Those were way easier than
Yeah.
to flavor, apparently. Well,
Yeah,
Fred,
that is amazing.
we're idiots. because we should know there are more than 5 senses. Okay. And so if you believe there are only 5 that you can detect information about your environment or alterations to your person, we're going to punch you in the face. There, boom. That's what it says. You will feel it thanks to nociception, which is the ability to sense pain. So there's a sense right there. There are lots more too.
Touch. That's in touch.
That's
But
touch.
is it touch? Because you're not touching.
that's
You're
touch.
getting.
Yeah,
touch.
you're getting
No,
touched.
but
but still.
Okay, well, let me read off. Let me read off the rest, and then you guys can decide. Because we're not trying to say how many senses there are. We're just trying to decide if there are 5 or more. Right. So here's the list. There are lots more. It's a great dispute. There's several boring
categories. I'm telling you, categories of touch.
Yeah, like subcategories of touch. Yeah.
Okay. The most interesting. How about this one? Okay. The most interesting of these things is proprioception, which helps you pass the close your eyes and touch your nose test. Basically, it's what lets 2 parts of your body connect without visual confirmation. If you're successfully rubbing your eyes in disbelief, you use proprioception to do it. There you go. And if you accidentally smash yourself in the face, then you failed it. There's also hunger and thirst, hot and cold, itch, and some other stuff. So there you go.
Feelings.
Now you know. Is itch a feeling?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a feeling.
I don't know.
It's like,
I can feel this itch behind me.
I feel it. I'm itchy.
Yeah. So that's under feeling then, huh?
Feeling under touch, which is a subcategory of touch.
There you go. Yep. So now we know. Now there's 5 senses, 4 flavors,
5 senses,
and 3 idiots. So we're going to take 2 minutes, and we'll be back after this one break. Exactly. It's Christmas. All right.
The Black Lincoln Collective podcast will return after a word from our sponsors.
Welcome back to the 168th edition of the Black Lincoln Collective podcast. We're so glad you're still with us, still rocking and rolling, having fun. December is the season to remember, Fred. Right?
It is.
Remember?
It is.
Fred, what isn't that like a Lexus? Is that Lexus that's like, makes December the season to remember?
Yeah, it is Lexus.
I think it is. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, man. I didn't realize, we were thinking about this the other day. My kids and I were talking, and what were we talking about? We were talking about Mounds. You know, Mounds, the candy. No, this is just random.
Yeah.
And
Mounds, yeah.
Right. And I was like, oh, there's Almond Joys and Mounds. And they're like, what's the difference? And I'm like, well, sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah, sometimes.
Almond Joy has nuts and Mounds don't. So sometimes you feel like a brr, and sometimes you bleh. Yeah. I don't remember what happened at those parts. Yeah. And they're like, what the heck? Where did you just come up with that, Dad? And I'm like, no, that's deeply ingrained in my brain forever.
Yes.
I'm indoctrinated by television.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes don't. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, it's just one of those things you grow up, you just like, the Big Mac song and all the other songs, and like, you just kind of can't. I was like, it's so stupid that this is how we go through our lives.
Somebody blew my mind the other day. Like, I was, surfing Reddit, and I came up under I think it was the Gen X sub, and of
course,
they was like, dude, am I the only one that does anybody else remember this cartoon? And it was cops, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, yeah, cops. Yeah, it was an old, from the 90s, cops. Like,
yeah,
police officers.
The show or a cartoon?
It was like, yeah, it was a cartoon.
It was the cartoon of the show.
It was a cartoon. It was a show cartoon. I
remember the show, but I don't remember the
I do remember these dudes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I totally remember those
Like,
dudes.
it was a cartoon. I mean, you might have been
and they
in
were
Puerto
like
Rico.
magic,
Might not have had it in
powerful
Puerto
cops.
Rico, but like, yeah, they were like powerful cops. One of them had like a robot dog. Or,
one of them is like an Indian
like a
guy,
robot
or like
dog.
a cowboy guy.
Yeah,
And
the
they're
cowboy
all
guy.
different. One's a woman and one's black.
Like the cow.
It's the perfect team.
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
Put it up there. You put it up there.
Yes, I can put it up there for Alan. He won't remember it.
Because I saw it and I was like, yo, that animation style. I was like, yo, I
totally remember that
cartoon. I was like, but I had totally forgot about it.
It looks like the G.I. Joe animation people.
Yeah, it was like typical 90s animation, but so they had they had white guy cop who was the leader, black guy cop, construction worker,
like
robot cop, lady cop, and cowboy cop, just like every other cop show in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have to have a cowboy.
But yeah, it just like.
So what did they do? Solve crimes?
Memory.
Yeah, of course they solve crime.
Yeah, it's like crime. There was I can't remember like all the bad guys, but there was like one of them. It was a chick. Her name was Miss Demeanor.
Ah,
I was like, yeah.
Probably like, I'm sure they had a bunch of like Aaron Felon.
Yeah. The cowboy was they were talking about this on Reddit.
Steve Arston.
His name was actually Sundown. Like,
exactly.
Like Sundown Towns.
Oh no.
Fucking Sundown.
So there you go.
Yeah.
See, so this is just bringing it back.
Yeah.
Well, Fred, it's just funny. It's just, one of those things, like I said, so random. You think about that kind of stupid stuff.
Something just jars
great.
your memory.
And that's what makes, it's just on your brain. You forget about it. You remember it. Well, Fred, there's something I'd like to forget about. And that is a little bit of sports report.
All right. So cops was it was Central Organization Police something.
Police something, yeah.
Yep.
Central Organization. Yeah, okay, that's what it stood for. Yeah.
Of course, everything stood for
You guys were
something.
talking. I
There was
looked
an
at the
elite
intro.
task force.
Yeah, you don't understand.
Yeah,
There was an elite.
Had a
Black guy
helicopter.
wore a fucking coat.
trench coat. Yeah, he's got a trench coat, the shades,
Beat
and a
that.
hot top fade. Come on, man! Like
That's a
And the bad
badass
guy was named Big Boss. The guy's name was
Big
big
Boss.
boss.
Yeah, big guy, like a
So
monster looking guy.
generic. Wow, what are we gonna call
Gang
him?
of- it was like a big boss and his gang
I'm
of
not Big
goons.
Boss.
Oh, I know he's going to be big and he's going to be a boss. Nailed
Yep.
it, Stevens.
Yeah.
Yeah, big
We're going
boss.
to put you in the show. You nailed it, Sundown. We'll put you in the show. So anyway, Fred. So yeah, I was trying to forget. I guess I'm trying to, and so I was like, you know what? I went to my son's, and this is my 12-year-old son's basketball game, which was entertaining, great game. Well, we got there, and my kid goes to a school. We've talked about it, I think, before. It's a pretty blended school.
Right.
There are lots of people from all over different countries and religions, and they all get along. It's great. It's like, not a bad thing. So we go to this other school that they play, and it is like, it's everyone there look exactly the same. I have the same haircut. They're all wearing skirts and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, like, who are these people? It was at a church, which that's okay. We play at a church too, because they don't have a gym.
Right.
But so I was like, who are these people? And then I looked, and they were called, their like logo was like a falcon, right? But they were like cheering. I was like, what are they saying? They're not saying Falcons. I knew that we were like outmatched, like from this perspective, because they called their slogan, or their mascot is the peregrine. Okay, I don't know if you know what a peregrine is, Fred.
No idea.
I've heard of it, but I can't picture it.
Fred, you probably know it for the same reason that I know it, because we have children, and like shows like we watch Wild Kratts, which is just like an outdoor entertainment show or whatever for kids, and peregrine is type of falcon. But I was like, oh,
okay,
yeah. Once I saw that, and they were like, hey,
yeah,
we're not the Falcons. We're the Peregrines. I was like, oh shit.
Peregrines.
I was like, these people have got a lot more money than we do. And so again, we watched this game, man, and it was honestly, it was a great game. The girls played, there's on both teams, there's like one girl who you're like, that girl plays basketball. And everyone else on both teams, you're like, they don't know what they're doing. Like they just are falling down and like running with the ball and getting, it's just like boom, 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 boom. Travel, foul, air ball. It's a mess. So we watched, we're at the game and like we got to root for our team because like our team's playing forward stuff, And I'm like, man, this game is exciting. It came down to the end. They missed like 12 straight shots between the two teams to end the game.
Damn.
Like missed them all. The final score of this 24-minute basketball game was a whopping 13-12.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. Like,
what age group is this?
This is middle. So this is like 7th grade. And so I'm not like I said, I'm not by any means like disparaging. Those girls played hard and they deserved to win. They both played good. But their first game, they scored 1 point. So they've come a long way. You get a free throw.
Foul shot, free throw.
Oh, okay.
And one free throw made the whole game. That was it. And it was just like the ugliest thing. But it just got me. I was just like, oh my God, man. Like I just sat through this and then had to go watch my kids team get their ass kicked too by the same Peregrines. Sons of bitches. Made me so mad. It made me so mad, Fred. But then on the way home. Oh, good. What were you saying?
That's what I feel you.
Yeah, it happens. It's just one of those things. You're outclassed. Because if it was the Falcons or the Birds, like if I was, if you go to like the Pigeons, the Birds. They're like we're the Greer Birds, and they're like we're the Malton Fish, and they're like just fish. That's all we can afford. We'll take whatever fish costume we can get and we'll use it.
Right. So we're just Greenville deer.
Yeah, I love the idea of just animals. Yeah, we're just the Greenville animals.
Just animals.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Everybody's fighting to be the Bears. Like, come on, let me be the Bears, man.
We all have some Bears jerseys. No one wants to be the Bears. We'll be the Peregrines.
Yeah, well, everybody here is either a wildcat or
a tiger or whatever. Yeah,
tiger.
They're all weird. But anyway, it's just one of those things. Like I said, it just cracked me up. So, Fred, that does remind me, though, on the way home from that game, I saw a sign on the side of the road, and it's that time of year, Fred. It's Potbelly Pig season.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, Fred. Some people.
Potbelly Pigs had a season.
I didn't even know either, but they had a sign out that said Potbelly Pig season. And so I said, oh, what does that mean? So, Fred, you can buy a Potbelly Pig.
They got them?
No, they're selling them. You ever wanted a Potbelly Pig? I don't even know what happens after. Does it grow? Does it ever get big?
No.
What happens to adult Potbelly pigs?
It turns into a regular pig.
Yeah, they put them in that. They put them in that race at the fair. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they become food, right? You can turn them into food, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you can eat that.
Eat?
Do you eat
Do you eat Potbelly pig? No, at the fair they have a race. Like they had the pig races. Like that's like my favorite part of the fair. Every year, that's my favorite
year
part.
Started strong. You're talking about it started strong. He just gave up.
He said it's not that great.
I love it.
So they said they're not that great.
Like they got it now. They got it now where you can bet on them. Like you can actually like place bets on the pig race. You know what I'm saying? If you win like
that shit's rigged.
Their tchotchkes and shit like that.
But
you actually have to put money down on it. You know what I mean? You got to put money down on it. They have 5 races. No, it's not, man. I won one time. Yeah. And like one time my pig was in the lead because I do it like every year. And one time my pig was in the lead. And I know they did this shit on purpose. Like he was just plopping along. And like right before the finish line, he stopped and started eating like food out of the hay on the racetrack. Mm-hmm. And I was sitting there screaming like it was at the fucking horse races. I was like, come on,
It's ridiculous. Well, Fred, so if you want a potbelly pig, if you want a baby potbelly pig, they're $25. That doesn't seem like that bad. But if you want an adult potbelly pig, Fred, how much you want to take a guess at how much those cost you?
About $500.
What do you think, Alan?
I'd say about $250.
You're both $100 and more than $100 off because they're free.
What?
So the sign said, "Babies are 25, adults are free." And if there's ever been a sign that made me say, "I don't need a potbelly pig,"
yeah,
sign that says, "Please take one from us." I saw it. I was like, I can't do this. Like, there's no way. You just ruined the sale because you told me when they get big, you literally can't even give them away. And you can't eat them. I just looked it up. It says you're not supposed to eat them because they're just not that good.
Yeah, they're just not that good.
They said that they have weird proportions, so they're like their shit's not as good. Or whatever. Or taste, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not as luxurious. I don't fucking know. It's not a food podcast anymore, Fred. It's a stock market report podcast.
Uh-oh.
So let's hear a little bit from the world of the world.
I'll tell you what, the last couple stock reports that I did, they were
Fred, don't forget to mention everything. You got to mention the sponsor, Fred.
Oh yeah, Freddie's stock report is brought to you by Bang Butts. Like butts, like bang. Come on down to Bang Butts. Come on down to Bang Butts. Get yourself a bang.
If you don't want to pay for Bang Butts, go find an adult potbelly pig.
That's gross.
I didn't say have sex with it. I just said find
Last couple of reports I've given, they've been kind of down in the dumps. The market's down. A little depressed.
That's why we stopped doing it.
We've been holding the stock for about 3 years now. Yeah, pretty much about 3 years, going into fourth. But it's okay. Things are looking up. GameStop's up about 10%. Last month.
All right. To the moon.
Yeah. No, it's up 30%. It's up 30%. It's up 30%. Like we just hit $30. AMC is pushing $5, which ain't really that good, but it's
$5
better than where it was. Yeah, $5.
I'm making sure, as I'm saying, that's $5, not 500, 5,000.
Yep. No, $5. But it's not better than the $4.50 we've been sitting at for the last.
Yeah, sure. Right. Yeah,
that's more than that.
You know what I mean? It's more than that. So
yeah, and
so
obviously
there's one.
We know Bitcoin is continuing to creep.
Yeah, Bitcoin is skyrocketing, man. It's almost touching $100,000, man.
Well, now it's falling back down a little bit. It sounds like.
Did it?
Are you?
90s,
what do they call it, Fred? When you own a stock in something, you're like, there's like a term for it. Like you're in it, or you're like, no, isn't there like a like? Are you in the like? Are you like? There's got to be a. Well, yes. Yeah, but there's got. Are you like invested in the stock? There's got to be some kind of slang that they use. Are you like? You know, I'm trying to think of what.
Are you a Kryptonian?
Oh,
right.
Yeah, like Kryptonian.
You're from space.
That was Superman.
Like, are you into the? There's got to be something. I can't. I don't know.
I don't know. Like.
Okay, hold on.
You're what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so hold your position. That's what I was like. You're holding. Are you holding? That's what I meant.
Yeah,
like,
holding.
Are you holding any Bitcoin?
Oh, you mean like I'm holding a bag. I'm holding a big.
I know you're holding your shit. I know you're holding what you got. But I'm saying, are you invested?
Yeah, but you've been holding GameStop forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, GameStop and AMC.
Yeah, it said, "Are you a bag holder?"
Yeah,
That's-
like I said, yes, I'm a bag holder. I'm a bag holder. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, that's when like you buy in.
I'm looking now,
and you lose a significant portion of your investment, and now you're sitting there holding stocks that are worth less to you than when you bought them. So now you're just holding them to see if you can get it back. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's what they say. You're holding the bag. You just we've sitting there holding this bag for 3 years.
Just holding it.
It's
like, let go of it, man. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I can't let go of it. I can't let go of it. Yeah.
Well, so so is all crypto doing that, or is it just?
No, Bitcoin.
A lot of it is. I mean, Bitcoin's moving. It's the big mover. But like over the last last couple of weeks, I'd say like cryptocurrencies like Doge and Shoe, they're moving slowly in a northern direction. But like I think especially like with Dogecoin, it's at 41 cents right now. And I had a little bit of that back in 2002 when it jumped up. It jumped up to $1. I think I bought it at like 18 cents and it jumped up to $1. And I made a little profit off of it. And but I think it's just a coincidence that like because that's Elon's
right.
That's his coin that he likes to pump.
Yeah,
and that's the whole reason I got into it was because he was pumping it. And now that he's been appointed with the was it Ramaswamy? Him and Ramaswamy have been appointed to the Department of Efficiency, Government Efficiency, which the acronym spells out DOGE.
Yeah,
which is the same as his coin.
Which is dumb.
It's just a real big coincidence. And
yeah, I'm sure it is. It's not the whole. He's so fucking rich that he can make the whole world a meme.
Yep. Well, I mean,
right? Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, but like, it's gonna influence that. It's gonna influence that. Like, even Trump already said like he was going. Gary Gensler, the head of the SEC, just resigned. Like before Trump took office because Trump was going to get rid of him anyway. So like there was a lot of talk going around the last couple of years that Gary was prolonging the stock market going in the direction that it wants to go in. Like him and his cronies have been like holding it down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just see a lot of things.
Yeah, I think RFK is the one who started pushing it, and that's when it caught.
Yeah,
because he put his money. He bought some himself and bought AMC stock.
Right? Yeah, he did. He did. He did buy some AMC.
Well, let me ask you this question, Fred, because I don't know what this means. What is it when you pump and dump like a coin? Because I saw somebody said something the other day about, let me just give you the background for the people who don't know, because I don't know. Had said something about like they heard about this coin, this like a new crypto, and they were like, oh man, it's supposed to be like great and amazing. And so they like paid money for it and bought into it. And I think they said like 10 grand or something like that. And then all of a sudden they said they pumped and dumped. And so whatever they had was like it had shot up. And then
let me tell you. So like, okay, that's the same thing that Elon did. So before he hypes the stock up, he goes in there and buys it at its lowest.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got the money to buy, like billions of Dogecoin. You know what I'm saying? Let's just use Dogecoin as an example. Let's say it's under a penny, trading at like 0.007. He goes in there and buys a billion of those coins. Then he gets on social media and starts talking about it. He has so much influence that people are like, hey, Elon's talking about it. This must be the shit. So they go in there and start buying it. People see the coin go up. That triggers FOMO. That triggers FOMO, which
fear
is
of missing out.
So they start buying it at its high. You know what I'm saying? And then they just keep buying it, goes up. So now let's say it reaches 2 cents. He's done made like fucking $8 billion.
Right, just because
he sells 8 billion Dogecoin, and people like at one time, and that just tanks because it's the market is supposed to be balanced. For every sale, there's a buyer. For every buyer, there's a seller. So like,
but who's he selling it to? If he's selling it like
whoever's buying it. Like I said,
I see what you're saying. So he's saying, so what he's saying is like, you should buy it.
On the market.
Yeah, he puts it back on.
Yeah. So he's okay. So because there are people who are trying to buy
the price up.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
Right. And if you buy in too late, if you buy in at the high,
you're boned.
Very moment that he sells it, you know what I'm saying? There's 8 million sales versus like you can't find that many buyers, so the price is going to drop until people are like, okay, it's starting to go down, it's going to go back up. So they start buying more, and it just keeps the price just keeps dropping, man. The price keeps dropping. And now you're sitting here holding the bag,
right?
Because you don't want to sell it down because you're down 30%. You know what I'm saying? And you keep holding it, and then it drops another 20%. Yeah, now it drops another 20%. Now you're down half your money, so you really can't sell it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you can, and then people try to average down. So you got a 2 cent, average. Like every share is average. You got 100 shares. They're averaged at 2 cents a piece because you bought them in different increments. But like the average would be 2 cents. Okay. So now it's back down to under a penny again. And you're like, fuck it, I can't. So I'll buy some more, and that'll bring my average down.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if you buy double. Yeah, I mean, but it's the way they
most
do
of the time.
Man.
Most of the time, the people that buy it are like congressmen and senators, because then they'll turn around and come up with a law that'll bump the market.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They can do Congress and senators. They can do insider trading.
Right. I knew that. I knew that they could do that.
They can.
You know, they can do insider trading.
They do that shit. They do that shit all the time, man. They do that shit all the time.
Yeah, it's a rig.
I mean,
it's rigged.
Their salaries are like what, $100,000?
You figure $100,000, and then they're worth millions.
$5-6 million. Yeah, they're worth $5-6 million. Come on, man, how you do that?
There you go. So now know.
And then like people like that can buy on what they call leverage, which means you're buying money. You're buying stocks on the front. You're not,
Oh, okay. So you're not getting the money out.
Right. Let's say you got $100 in your stock portfolio. If you work on what they call margin, on a margin account, they'll give you like $400. You can spend $400. You only got $100 in there, but we're going to give you $300 more. You know what I'm saying, to let you play with. But if you lose that,
you owe us.
You're gonna have to pay it back, and you have a certain amount of time to keep a certain amount of money. And if you don't, then they'll margin call you, and that's like pay up time. Remember the end of Trading Places?
Yeah.
When the brothers lost all their money and they came for them on the stock market, it was like, they put all their money into that stock, and the stock went down and they lost everything, and it was like you was on margin, like it's time to pay up. And they was like, we ain't got that kind of money. It's like, well, we're gonna take everything.
They took everything.
Get their money back. They took
they got it all
everything.
back.
Next time you saw them, they was homeless and coming to America. Yeah,
Yeah, and then they got it back. They gave them money to start their
Yeah, more than
more money.
We're back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy, man. That's a very
how that went full
complicated,
circle.
It's all a
complicated, crazy
gamble,
world.
man. It's all a gamble.
Yeah,
Right,
it's rigged. It's all rigged.
But I do.
But the main thing
I
is
do
you're
believe
doing
in the. I'm still like I said, I'm still holding that bag, man. But like, I think something's coming. I've been thinking it's coming, but like,
Sure.
I think something's coming, and it's gonna shock a lot of people. There's a bunch of shocking shit coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it's about to get crazy for sure.
Yeah, there's a bunch of shocking shit.
It's
about to
Christmas
get crazy,
season,
man.
Fred. It's time for Mariah Carey to come out of her grave
So,
and seduce us with her ears for another year. Can't wait.
Seduce us with her
I
ears.
love it.
Seduce your ears with her
Seduce our
dulcimer
ears.
tones.
Her
Whatever,
fire
Alan.
song.
We're an hour or something into this. We already recorded 3 hours that you didn't fucking do. So you're lucky that we're even talking at this point. Fred's telling us about fucking socks and shit, which he knows we don't know anything about.
Hey, I'm trying to educate you because we're
appreciate it. I
entertaining
appreciate
and
it.
educational.
And our average listener,
mean-
who's probably very well invested.
How's it? What did you have again?
I have Ethereum, Fred. $7 worth right now.
Ethereum. There you go. Yeah.
Down from a 10 all-time high.
What's your
of
average? You from 10? You was at
the
10?
all-time high for me when I got it is when I bought it at 10, and it has never been back.
Yeah. Yeah, I did the same thing. That's what I'm talking about, man. You bought it at the
It's
high.
worth
You know what I mean?
$7.69,
You heard
which
about it.
means
How did you hear
I
about
lost-
it? How did
I don't
hear
know. You
about
said to
Ethereum?
get into crypto.
Yeah.
No,
see, how
I
about
didn't.
Bitcoin?
You ain't get that advice from me.
You
Not
said get
Bitcoin.
into crypto.
It's going up.
You bought Bitcoin?
What's going on?
Yeah, I
You
have
got some Bitcoin?
Yeah, I got some.
Yeah, really.
I mean, I can buy
man.
$10
for
It's
Bitcoin right now.
95,000.
All right. Well, that's great. Buy it, sell it, buy, sell, business, bitch. So it's Brittany, bitch.
That's it.
So there you go. It's business, bitch. Buy bots.
Yeah,
All right. There you go. Stock report back on the shelf.
So,
So 2025.
That's it.
What's your stock outlook on 2025, Fred? And we'll end the show on that.
Yeah, it's positive.
Good.
I think it's positive, man. I think it's positive for a lot of companies that's been shorted. Like, people betting against the stock and buying stocks without actually buying them, market makers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like, I think something's coming. We're on the come up. We're on the cusp.
Yeah, I love it.
Greatness.
Well, make it happen. Do your thing, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And make sure you invest in BLC Coin, the newest and latest cryptocurrency that we will not pump and dump. I promise. Thank you very much. I don't even know how to do it. It's blockchain technology at its finest. Why not?
There you go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week for a brand new Christmas related episode. Probably not. We'll get to Christmas eventually.
Yep.
We're not in a hurry. Happy December. Oh, that's right. No, we have a guest next
Yeah.
week. We have a guest next week, and then after that, we'll go to
Okay.
Christmas time.
There you
So,
go.
so hooray, hooray.
He's Jewish.
He's super Jewish, and he's super great. Well, I don't remember his name, but he's great. So we'll see you next week with this Jewish guy. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
We are laughing. And we are very good friends. Good buddy, sharing a special moment.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Just hang loose, blood. You're gonna catch up on the rebound on the men's side.
Oh, what a day. What a day.
Well, that's all, folks.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Goddamn hit. Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
As you know, I'm a man of special needs.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.